Hello everybody and welcome back to CryptoBit Girl, the best place on YouTube beginning your up-to-date Bitcoin analysis, cryptocurrency news, and of course, altcoins as well. We're going to be looking at the fact that we've now crossed $20,000. Having started with $10,000 a couple of weeks ago, we've now officially doubled the money that we started with. However, the challenge is to get $200,000, not to get $20,000, so that requires us to continue on with the challenge. So we're going to do that in today's video as well. I'm very confident in some of the peaks that we've made in that challenge portfolio. So I'm going to explain exactly why in just a few moments time, and we're also of course going to analyze the price of Bitcoin, analyze the price of Ethereum, look at the cryptocurrency news, of which there is a major story in today's crypto news. Now in today's video, I'm going to talk about which altcoins need to hold and why Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin plunged this weekend. So make sure you watch the entirety of today's video. Make sure you have slept like on today's video. Very important that you like all the videos I post on this channel. Now we're so close to consistently hitting 1,000 likes a video. If you can get 1,000 likes on a video, that's amazing. YouTube really appreciate that. And that means that the channel starts doing better. We've struggled the past few videos to perform well at all, and all we need to do to perform well, slap a like on the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, turn on gentle notifications, and let's start it. So starting out today's video by looking at the current price of Bitcoin next to this lovely picture that I drew yesterday, while I was waiting for Bitcoin to do something. Russia is once again causing volatility in crypto markets. Trading took a turn for the worse in the middle of the holiday weekend for the cryptocurrency market, and most values are down. There wasn't a lot of news, but the liquidity may be little lower than normal on a long holiday weekend, causing values to fluctuate wildly. The value of Bitcoin, BTC 0.37%, is down 4.4% in the last 24 hours as of 3:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, while Ethereum, ETH 0.95%, has fallen 4.2%, and Dogecoin, Doge 3.7%, is down 2.6%. The market started turning at about 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday night and cratered until 4 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday morning. Values started to fall on Saturday after UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said financial sanctions on Russian firms should escalate. And the US seems to be agreeing, because Johnson said firms won't be able to trade in pounds and dollars. Increasing tension around the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has affected the market as a whole in the last few weeks, and with crypto trading 24/7, this is the first place for investors to react. It didn't help that Ethereum's largest NFT trading marketplace OpenSea had a hack or phishing attack, depending on who you ask, that drained hundreds of thousands of dollars from customers' crypto wallets. The situation is ongoing, but it's another black eye for some of the industry's most visible projects. According to coinlast.com, the drop in crypto values led to $208 million in liquidations over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin was the most affected with $80.3 million in liquidations, followed by Ethereum at $54.9 million. The volatility in cryptocurrencies has been high on weekends, in part because traders are taking time away from the market. And this is a holiday weekend in the US, so there may be more absences than normal, increasing the volatility even more. What I think we're broadly seeing is investors selling risky assets as fears of conflict erupt in Eastern Europe, and cryptocurrency is the first place from which they can pull money. While an armed conflict doesn't seem to be particularly likely, outside of financial sanctions, markets don't like any kind of uncertainty. Volatility will continue for cryptocurrency short term, but the long-term picture remains the same. Investors should be watching for utility being built on top of blockchain technologies, because that's where the real value will be added long-term. Ethereum is the leader out of these three, which is why it would be my pick to buy on this dip, but like all cryptocurrencies, it will be volatile with the market overall. Now Bitcoin is currently forming an unhappy pattern. A very unhappy pattern is also being that I like to see in the chart at all now, at the same time as Bitcoin forming these unhappy parts. And I'm actually expecting that this unhappy pattern that Bitcoin is formed, which is actually called a bear flag, you can see down here, you basically have your stock, then you have your upward strand, and then you have another stock to the downside. It's very interesting what's going on with Bitcoin right now, because we did just have a little bit of a pull to the upside around these levels right here, kind of around $40,800. We was then swiftly rejected at $44,000, having pumped up around $1,200 in price. Now this right here is the 4-hour time frame that you're seeing on the screen right now. In the 4-hour time frame as he went bullish, and they take bearish immediately afterwards. So if you look through some different time frames, like the 1 hour, and we go to the auto scale right here, you can see again, The 1 hour is again looking bearish down here on the MACD. If we look at the daily is quite clearly bearish down here. So you could say at this point in time of Bitcoin is looking so unhealthy right now that it could possibly form into the drop to the downside, and the big one is to drop to the downside. I'm placing massive buy orders at $42,000. Now let me explain exactly why what we have here on the daily chart is a bullish crossover. On the moving averages, essentially we're seeing this bullish crossover on the moving averages where is going above the line. Now this is essentially the 100-day moving average crossing over the 200-day moving average, which is a bullish sign in the midterm. Essentially, I'm not really expecting that drop down to $42,000 to occur. I actually expect from here Bitcoin is going to do everything that nobody expects it to do. And that is to pull back to the upside. There's a lot of bearish sentiment in the market right now. There's a lot of people that are expecting Bitcoin's price to continue going down. And that is exemplified by the fact that, if we check on the funding rates for Bitcoin right now, you will see the majority of the past 24-hour period, a lot of people have been short on the price of Bitcoin. Now these funding rates are here. These are the Ethereum funding rates. Again, you can see over the past 24 hours, there's been a lot of bearish sentiment in the markets. But again, some of those positions are actually taking significant profits, and there are no significant short positions really left open for that matter. So what I'm looking at right now is actually the inverse of what most people are thinking, which is, I kind of think Bitcoin's gonna have a very bullish weekend. Just checking on Ethereum to see how Ethereum is performing as well. It's very much the same pattern as what Bitcoin is forming. You have a textbook bear flag pattern forming here. If we should expect typically to break to the downside, with the next downside target being around $2,800, it would be a very significant drop if Ethereum was to drop from where he's currently trading. In fact, that drop would be around 12%. So it could be a very severe drop if your aim is to lose a support level here at $3,200, or just below $3,200 if you want to plot it accurately. Root $3,150 is up. $3,150 level is lost for Ethereum. It's not looking very good, and if you want more up-to-date kind of analysis on Bitcoin and various different other cryptocurrencies, then please do check out the link in today's video description to my second channel. Our second channel is called TMD Trades, and on that channel, I literally filmed videos on my phone, and I post them straight to YouTube as soon as I've completed the analysis. Since also if you're interested in following along when I open my own trades, then please do join TMG Trading Diary, for which you will find linked in today's video description. The Trading Diary completely free to join. You can see all of my trades as, and when I take them. Now Bitcoin seems to be making a bit of a habit of forming these bearish kind of buttons right now, because again, Bitcoin dominance performing exactly as we expected it to, with Bitcoin dominance, essentially forming another bear flag pattern. This bear flag pattern, we're expecting it to continue breaking to the downside. Bitcoin extended this month's losses in Monday trade as investors shied away from risk assets amid a more hawkish outlook for Federal Reserve policy tightening. The largest cryptocurrency slid as much as 3.3% to $38,223, the lowest since March 15th, and down more than 20% from last month's high. The second biggest coin, Ether, slumped as much as 4.8% to $2,799, a level not seen since March 18th. Price charts are signaling further declines are likely, technical analysts say. Bitcoin has dropped below its Ichimoku cloud support on a weekly chart, with secondary support only coming in around $27,200, said Katie Stockton, founder and managing partner at Fairlead Strategies. She isn't alone in seeing more downside. Bitcoin looks to be breaking a pivotal minor 2-month trend on Friday's pullback that likely causes weakness down to test January lows, Mark Newton, a technical strategist at Fundstrat, wrote in a research note Friday. At the moment, I think we've got a good bunch of coins in there. And if you approve of what we have in the portfolio, sloppily icon. If you want the portfolio to go up, slap a like. I'm so pleased that we managed to reach 100 attempts and profit. It's only taken 2 weeks. So assuming that we keep going at this rate, growing 110% every 2 weeks, it'll only take about 6 weeks in order to get to that $100,000 target that we have. So if you want to join the challenge, subscribe, like the video, and I of course will see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye.